I'm going to show you the 3 systems that allow cleaning businesses to grow without you as the owner being the bottleneck. And when these 3 systems are installed correctly, $100,000 months become a byproduct, not the goal. Now, this isn't a 0-hour, work week on a beach somewhere kind of thing. It's how actual cleaning businesses are built in the real world. And almost every cleaning company owner watching this is missing at least one of these 3 systems, which is exactly why their business is stuck. If you only remember one thing from this video, remember this: get, do, count. Every business that's ever existed runs on these 3 systems. Get the customers, do the work, provide the product or service, and count the money. That's it. So when these 3 systems are built properly, they run the business so you don't have to. But here's the trap. The systems are interconnected. If you miss one, the other 2 devolve into chaos. And the last one, count, is where most cleaning businesses quietly fail. Let's start at the beginning, getting customers. This is where most cleaning business owners have one of 2 bottlenecks. First, they rely entirely on repeat and referral, or second, the owner personally handles all the leads and sales, and if they stop, growth stops. Both feel safe and both cap your growth. The problem here is referrals aren't a strategy, they're hope dressed up as business. The solution is an automated system that generates leads and converts them into clients without you personally as the owner having to be present to win. Now, there's a lot of ways to do this: paid ads, strategic partnerships, organic content. You can even go old school, cold calling or door knocking, as long as it's systematized and delegated. Now, you can do the sales yourself virtually or hire an appointment setter or even a salesperson. But what really happens is most owners stay stuck because they're afraid of wasting money on marketing that doesn't work. And that's not even the real problem. The real problem is everyone knows in their head they need to track their marketing data, but nobody does it. And the crazy part is you really actually only need to track 2 numbers: cost per lead and cost per sale, both by source. That's it. Now, if you don't get the system locked down and customers aren't consistently coming to you, the right customers, you're always going to be chasing growth. But the reality is, even when owners do have a get system in place, a system to get those customers coming to them, most still fail because delivery breaks next. So let's jump into system number 2, do. We actually have to deliver the service. Now, the crazy thing is most cleaning company owners think hiring is hard, so they don't do it. They'll say things like, no one wants to work, or there's no good cleaners in my area. But somehow they all have a McDonald's in their area and they're all fully staffed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, almost 365 days a year. Now, the reality is, or the reality that shows, is your labor market isn't broken. Your hiring system is. So let's fix that with an automated cleaner hiring system. Group interview, one-on-one interview, working interview. The cool thing is you build it once with nice, comfy built-in guardrails so that your cleaners can actually run it without you. 3 interviews with 3 different cleaners in 3 different places over the span of a week or so will always make better hiring decisions than you or one overwhelmed manager on your own. Now, if your reaction is, I can't trust my cleaners to do that, that's not a people problem, it's a culture problem. So let's talk about that. When you don't have an automated hiring funnel, you settle and you start thinking and saying crazy things like, they clean great, but they don't show up, or they do show up, but they don't drive, or they're great, but they're only available every other Tuesday unless it's a full moon or their dog died or whatever. Scarcity creates compromise. Culture creates a team that runs without you. So how do we create this culture? Well, you start with the rules of the game, your core values. You reinforce those rules in about an hour a week, a couple hours a month, and a day every quarter with weekly meetings, monthly parties, and quarterly reviews. If you're not building your culture on purpose, your team is going to build one without you, and you're not going to like what they build. All right, now that you've got a hiring funnel and a culture you love, let's talk about building your decentralized administrative team. Great cleaners and a good culture will get you out of the field for good. But that's exactly when most owners graduate to being stuck in the office for good. And it's also when they say fun little things like, if I could just hire a manager, then I'll be free. But it doesn't remove the bottleneck, it just moves it. Expensive supervisors don't fix the real problem, lack of systems, they just become a new single point of failure. Remember, your job isn't to manage a bunch of people day to day. Your job is to build systems and culture. Now, once your cleaning team is built, aside from any sales roles, you can actually build a $100,000 a month plus cleaning company with just 4 simple roles: scheduler, answering service, accountant, and customer happiness manager. The problem is most owners never take the time to define these roles, and instead they try and do everything themselves to start. They get overwhelmed, and then they try to get out of it by hiring one overpaid, often undercapable manager, and they just hope that person will be able to do the job they themselves as the owners didn't do well and hated. And then of course they're shocked when that manager, of course, is overwhelmed and they do a worse job than you as the owner did. Added bonus, the manager leaves and your business collapses, but at least you're miserable. So let's fix that by hiring part-time specialists for each of the 4 roles I just mentioned. Not only is it cheaper, but specific jobs are easier to fill than general like office manager type stuff. Because they're specialized, the people do better work, they're easy to replace, and because they tend to actually be good at their jobs, they build systems in your business for you instead of building chaos. By the way, if you're a cleaning business owner doing at least $20,000 a month and you're tired of being the smartest, hardest working broke person in your company, click on the first link in the description and see if working together makes sense. Awesome. Let's jump into key system number 3, count. And of course, when we say count, we're talking about the money. And this basically just breaks down to pretty simple: where you're at now, where you want to go, and how to get there. So this is the part that no one wants to talk about, but it actually determines everything about your business. Most owners or many owners can sell the job. Some know how to build a team. Very few actually understand their numbers, and almost none of them make decisions based on those numbers. If you're not making decisions based on your financials, you don't have a business, you have a hobby. Good news is you don't need to be an accounting whiz kid or genius. You just need to know and understand 4 very simple numbers: recurring revenue, cost of goods sold, expenses, and profit. That's it. The reality is most owners hyper-focus on that growth or the revenue number, and they just hope that profit shows up. But when we dive into their books with them, many are making 0 profit. They're just working super hard for what's actually a paycheck, not profit. They find that they're trading time for whatever's left over at the end of the month, if anything at all. And even then, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. People still quit. You as the owner still make mistakes. Business is still hard. If it wasn't, everybody'd be rich. You're going to hit that wall, but that moment isn't failure. It's your system being tested. And on the other side of that test is a business that runs without you. A business where you're no longer the bottleneck, you're the architect. Funny thing is, this is when you have a business people will actually pay top dollar for, and when most owners get there, they don't want to sell anymore. Again, this isn't about never working any hours or being on a beach 365. It's about creating a real business, an asset that actually gives you time and money and options. If you're doing $20,000 a month or more and you're ready to stop being the bottleneck, click the link below and see if working together makes sense. I'll see you on the inside.